Welcome to Stella Tours and our fabulous holiday cruise in the Caribbean on the Holland America Zuiderdam.
This Stella Tours video has two main themes. The first is to provide information on the Holland America Line's ship Zuiderdam, and also what to expect from a holiday cruise in the Caribbean with Holland America Lines or another cruise line. We departed Fort Lauderdale on a blustery but warm winter's day for a day at sea on our way to Grand Turk. I make some observations about holiday cruising at the end of the video, so stay tuned. Our stateroom was a VB class room, which is a bit of an upgrade from the standard veranda stateroom. Mostly because of the larger veranda, which we enjoyed a lot on the voyage. The Zuiderdam is a Vista-class ship with a guest capacity of 1,964, and it was sold out completely on this holiday cruise. She's 936 feet long, 106 feet wide, and displaces 81.8 tons. Let's take a quick tour of the ship. If you find this video useful to you, please subscribe, like, and click the notifications button. Your support is very important to us. Thank you very much. The main lobby is nicely appointed and decorated for the holiday. The Future Cruises desk is to the right of the guest services desk. The dining room is located aft, with the main part on deck 2 and a second level up a staircase in the middle of the restaurant. We enjoyed 4 excellent meals in the dining room. The first on the sail away, and it was jam-packed with guests, resulting in a dinner experience lasting almost 2 hours. The Lido Market is open for breakfast at 6 a.m. until 10, lunch between around 11 and 2:30, and dinner from about 5 p.m. until 8, opening again at 10 p.m. for an hour for a late-night snack. We found the food quality to be good and the service excellent, and taking into consideration the amount of guests on board, quite impressive. Self-serve coffee is available 24 hours a day. The Pinnacle Bar is right across the hall from the Pinnacle Grill, a perfect spot to have a drink before heading over to the specialty restaurant, the Pinnacle Grill, for dinner. The Crow's Nest is on the 10th deck forward and is used for various activities. A great place for a sunset cocktail. The World Stage Theater is in the bow of the ship and is accessible from decks 1, 2, and 3. We enjoyed 3 shows there during the cruise. The main elevator lobbies are beautiful with extraordinary metalwork on the elevator doors. The casino is, of course, only open at sea. It's located amidships on deck 2, across from the Billboard Lounge. The Billboard on board is a lounge with dueling pianos every evening. We enjoyed the Billboard on several occasions. The entertainers were first-rate. Get there early for a seat. It fills up quickly.
You just call out my name.
The gallery bar is beautiful, with artwork all over the walls, and it has big screen TVs where I got to watch the New Year's Day college playoff game. Notre Dame soundly defeating Georgia to advance to the semis. Go Irish. The Rolling Stone Lounge is where the rock band plays most nights. Excellent musicians and singers playing the best music of all time, rock and roll. Lots of shopping on board, from exquisite jewelry to watches to more down-to-earth merchandise. One disappointment for the cruise is that the chamber music has been eliminated, so the Lincoln Theater went unused. There are 2 pools on the ship, The Sea View pool is normally for adults only, but this being a holiday cruise, it was available to children as well. There are lots of activities on board. Dutch tea every day at 3, bingo, trivia, and other activities normally found on cruise ships. Our first port of call was Grand Turk in the Turks and Caicos. I have to admit that I'm not a big fan of Grand Turk. The island is small, underdeveloped, and there's not a lot of interesting things for tourists to do. But being that there's a cruise ship dock big enough for 2 huge cruise ships and a very beautiful beach right in front of the dock, I can understand why cruise ships continue to go there. This would be our 3rd visit to Grand Turk, and this time we rented 3 golf carts and drove to the lighthouse at the far north end of the island. Went snorkeling at Boabi Rock Point, then spent some time on Governor's Beach before returning to the ship. Arriving San Juan, Puerto Rico is beautiful. El Morro still protects the entrance to the harbor, like it has for more than 500 years. The Zuiderdam was the 5th cruise ship to dock that day, and the city was filled with more than 12,000 visitors. Old San Juan is colorful, and it's relatively easy to find your way through the narrow colonial streets of the old city. And most fun for me was my return to the Olay hat shop. They'll customize any hat for you with your own hat band.
This is my favorite store in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and this lady is the owner of the store. You make sure you come in here, you get a great hat. Fabulous.
Thank you so much for coming back.
Vale. Ya, súper. Felicidades.
Our gala dinner was filet mignon and lobster.
We're heading out to sea now. It's New Year's Eve, and the party starts in just a little while.
And the party started around 10:30. The Rolling Stone band played, DJ M. Aurelius filled in on their breaks to keep the spirit up. great way to bring in the new year with family. Our original itinerary had us docking in St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, but that changed and we were scheduled to anchor off the spectacular island of St. John, USVI. We'd booked a 4-hour tour with Starfish Tours and taxis. Hibiscus is our wonderful guide.
Oh, well, thank you. I try my best. I just like to show people what I call home, and I try to do it the best way I can.
You're great.
Oh, thank you.
4 hours isn't quite enough time to go all the way around the island if you want to make stops to snorkel, which we did. Hibiscus was a terrific source of information about the island. Our first stop was the Windmill Bar atop a mountain with wonderful views of the Caribbean. Then on to the Annaberg Plantation. It's hard to believe that sugarcane was such an important crop on the island with its mountainous terrain. But on Little St. John, at one time there were about 90 sugar plantations and mills. Eventually, sugar beet production brought down most of the Caribbean sugar production.
Where are we? St. John.
Then on to snorkel at Cinnamon Bay and Trunk Bay. The water was cool and there was plenty to see. Following St. John was a day at sea. And time to get rested up for the orange party. We had dinner in the dining room and then on to the Lido pool. If you've traveled on Azamara a lot like we have, you might be a bit disappointed in the orange party. No food, no included beverages, no costume competition like in the past, and no band. Now, props to DJ M. Aurelius and Bernie for keeping the energy high, but maybe we've been spoiled by Azamara's White Night celebration. Our last port of call would be Half Moon Cay, Carnival Cruise Lines and their affiliate cruise lines, private island in the Bahamas. We tendered in on the big Half Moon Cay tenders, which seem to be pretty efficient transporting large groups of people to and from the Cay. There are plenty of activities you can do, like horseback riding on the beach. The Stingray Adventure is very cool. Snorkel by boat tour. All in all, an enjoyable holiday family cruise. You'll notice that in this video, you'll see a lot of children on board the Holland America Zuiderdam. We are traveling during the holiday season through the Caribbean. And children actually add a bit of joy and energy to a cruise. Normally, Holland America is a more adult cruise line, and so there is a difference in the noise level and energy level, but I think it adds to the ambiance. In fact, we traveled with family on this cruise, and they really enjoyed being around folks their own age, and so it was a wonderful experience for them too. So take that into consideration if you're traveling during the holiday season on board Holland America Cruise Lines. I think you'll enjoy it. Big kudos to Hank, our hotel manager. He was everywhere on board the ship. In fact, he was also on Half Moon Cay, watching to make sure that everything was going as planned. And also to Ollie, the food and beverage manager, which is a very, very important position for us travelers. We really enjoyed both of their extraordinary efforts to make this cruise a wonderful experience for all. Please subscribe, click the notifications so you're advised automatically as to when we have new videos coming out. And thank you for helping us achieve our goals. We really appreciate it.